again.
You want to fight crime? Let's get dangerous.
And we are here. Sorry for 2 minutes late, 3 minutes late, because we were talking logistics, but nevertheless, we're here.
Hi. Hey,
So,
Cliff.
Howdy.
Did you miss us last week?
You seem upset.
Every bullet so far. No, I'm just.
I thought he seemed happy. He's like, I get my getaway. I got
we
the
have
getaway.
we have a new addition in the house, and I'm staring at it at the moment.
Is it a spider?
I wish.
Is it a mouse?
No, we have a new kitten.
Oh,
no, it's not that. The kid is like looking at him like, your ass is mine. I'm about to attack you. Watch, I'm going to attack your computer soon. That's the way he's looking at him.
Hey, Najee.
It's just there. I'm staring at
Hello.
it. Howdy. But yeah, it's running around the house. It's something all right, but yeah. My dear wife.
Right now, you're okay as long as it's not coming up to you, hitting you upside the head, asking you for lasagna. You want to be okay.
Yeah,
I wish at least that'd be interesting. See, this thing came about by my dear wife, in her fine tradition of doing and then saying. Last week goes, let's take the girls to the library for their summer reading books. I'm like, yay! Okay, right on. We need to do the summer reading, and she's like, and I want to go look around the Goodwill. Like, I don't want to now, but okay.
But Goodwill has some great stuff. I'm sorry, they do have some great stuff.
And
it does have some great stuff,
but summer reading book.
But the problem is, when we go to the Goodwill, we have to be there for like 8 years. So the Goodwill is not a trip I like taking. But I noticed we weren't going to the library down the street from us. We were going 30 minutes away to the library that the girls sometimes do art classes at.
Okay.
I'm like, See, we weren't really going to the library. What we were doing is we were going to pick up this kitten from another homeschool mom.
Ah, okay. That wasn't what
Yes.
you were told one thing and you ended up doing another.
Yes.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. But no, so now we have this little monster running around my house, terrorizing the other three.
Okay, so it's terrorizing the other cats.
Yeah.
Okay. So
it's a kitten though.
But see, the thing about it is, like most of the cats in this house, Micah, my dear loving wife, desperately wants this cat to be her best friend.
Okay.
And is constantly trying to get it to sit with her and talk to her and whatever she thinks this cat's supposed to do.
And the cat's got other ideas.
And this cat spends the majority of his time trying to climb up in my lap and bother me.
That's because the cat chose you.
The cat
Yes.
chose you, dude. The cat chose you. You can't do nothing about that. Kitty cat saw you and went, oh.
Yes, he's
Now
right
Michael might
here.
get you.
Oh, but
Michael
yeah,
could get you.
no, we have an agreement. We don't do that anymore.
Okay. You picking up the kid? Oh,
Yes, this
be
is
nice when you pick up that baby.
yeah,
Courtney, you gotta come see this baby.
this is my new little pain in the I mean bundle of joy in my house.
He's not, but
It's like
he got baby.
he comes about to give.
Yeah,
Oh no, I'm about to say it's like what? He about to give you a right hook? What?
there's-
I
yeah.
thought you said he chose you. It was that cat was looking like the sooner I get.
He doesn't like
away
being
with
picked
you-
up. It's a cat. They don't want you to initiate. You have to wait on them. And
Yeah.
I was just bringing him up here to show him off because
But the
yeah.
cutie, he was your adorable baby. You were God adorable.
And now he's back to getting stuck in the kitty tunnel. Okay.
I'm sorry. How small is your other cats are bigger? So how small is that tunnel where he's stuck in it?
Well, the matter is he's stuck in it because he jumps at it and gets parts of his body hung up in it. It's
Oh,
big enough to
his claws have caught on it.
or he'll get his
Aw.
neck wrapped around part of it because he's just
Aw.
yeah. But he's our little newest little whatever. But
He's the new evil Knievel.
the girls call him Totoro.
Oh, they made her.
Mhm.
It's adorable.
That's what the girls call him.
Okay.
Yeah. I gave him
Okay.
another name. I'm trying to help them with their German since Micah's dad is German. I named him Hodensack,
Woo,
which
okay.
is ball sack in German.
Yeah. 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 Woo. Well, at least it could have been worse. You could have named him Scrotum.
I could have. See, all these cats have names I've given them, and then they have names in the house.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he's German ball sack. The little orange cat that's Penelope's baby. That's my dear shit pickle.
I'm just okay. Whoop. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. And our little black and white one is named Ransom Note because I basically was ransomed into getting him. So
How did you get ransomed into getting him?
well, it's kind of like how kidnappers have a list of demands.
Okay.
There is a list of demands that needed to be fulfilled if the cat came into our home.
Okay. And
Yes. And so that's Ransom Note. And the other one we just is just my cat because that's the oldest we have who once I started getting sick adopted me and
oh,
takes care of me. So that's my cat.
okay.
I'm not fool enough to believe it's because she loves me. It's because I'm dying and she's going to eat me soon.
You were just evil. Oh boy, cats have hearts. They have emotions.
Yes, and they also are known for eating the weakest member of the pack. So yes,
But you haven't, until you actually break a leg and start mewling in pain, they won't attack you.
seriously. I mean, she sleeps. I've never had a cat sleep in the bed next to my head before.
Oh, they like that.
She sleeps right next to me. Anytime I wake up or move, she starts talking to me to make sure I'm all right. I'm just wait. I'm waiting for it. I'm going to wake up at the wrong time and I'm being salted and peppered. I know it.
No, she's actually going, oh, okay. Do you need anything? Oh, really? Who is this person?
I have no idea. But the thing about it is that's perfectly okay for right now.
Okay, I'm
Yeah,
trying.
I mean,
I'm trying to hide.
there's
Okay.
nothing wrong with either one of those.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, chest. That's what's going on around here.
It's just every time she sees you sleeping and then your sleep is interrupted, she's like your nurse. If you were under medical care and a nurse was watching you and had come in and you were sleeping and then checked in on you again and suddenly you were awake, I'd be like, is everything okay? Do you need anything? Is there something I can help you with? That's all she's doing.
I guess it's just she just. I mean, I don't know how she does it, but if I'm in a room and the door is shut and I start having one of my coughing fits, or she hears me stumbling, she opens the door. I don't know how she does it,
Okay.
but she opens the door and comes in there. I'm like, oh, okay. So yeah, but no.
Well, I actually got the last Kids on Earth, the first one. So I'm going to be starting to read on this.
Yay.
None of your damn business.
Higher than mine.
Anyway,
Yeah.
for all the critters out there, it's official. Season 4 of Vox Machina has started. They loaded early yesterday. First 3 episodes are out. Next 3 episodes will be out next week. And Wayne Brady, for you critters who know why, is voicing Tyrion Darrington. Terry. That's a big thing. You know, they're consistently getting really good people to do these. And I've watched the first 3 episodes. They do not disappoint. And one of the things that I really liked is when the last season halted, they posted a Grog's recap of what had happened so far. And they opened episode 1 of season 4 with that. And it was hilarious. It was great. It was glorious. And it had us both giggling and screaming. And I enjoyed every psychotic moment of it. And for those of you who are not familiar with the tabletop game, and I won't go into it too much, there was a time when Sam Riegel's character Scanlon left the group, and then Sam replaced that character with Tyrion Darrington. And I won't go into too much, but feelings were hurt. Several of us critters were not happy. But Sam being Sam, he won quite a few people over with Tyrion. And eventually people got over their hurt feelings. Scanlon came back and all was well. But when he left, he did not leave on a good note. This time, they've made a change from the tabletop. Scanlon has left to go be with his daughter, which was kind of the truth about last time. But it's different. He didn't leave the group with any hard feelings in the animated. But his leaving allowed them to bring in the Tyrion Darrington. And the question was, okay, well, who's going to voice him? And they got Wayne Brady, and I love it. It was fun. He did a really good job. Lorenzo, we're getting a lot of people. I have no idea who they are suddenly popping up tonight.
No, that's a good thing. It could be a good thing and a bad thing here. So I'm not even worried about it.
Okay.
But hello. But hello.
But it looks it's going to be a great series. And those of you who know the tabletop game, we are now getting into the Whispered One section of this campaign. Those of you who don't, I can say we're getting into the Whispered One because the Whispered One was mentioned in the first season. So you just have to go back and look and, what. And if you haven't noticed, for Critical Role, they will lay something out in season 1 that then becomes important later on, something that you don't really necessarily think about because it goes by really quickly. And then the next thing you know, oh, we're in season 2, and oh, okay, or we're in season 3, and holy crap, that was, they're really good at that. These are people who have, these are very seasoned voice actors, and they are tabletop gamers. And their first attempt at it was a little rough, but they have over the years, because it's been 10 years now, they have really developed. And the current season is a lot of fun, which is also on Thursday nights, right after this show, actually. And it's a lot of fun. If you're up to staying up for another 3 to 4 hours, you will enjoy it. Though I would say go back and watch all the earlier stuff. In fact, if you're more curious about the animated, go watch the early on. Get in about Courtney, episode 100 of campaign 1. Episode 100 or so is about when things start getting really interesting, because that's when it starts, the animated starts coming in. But but it's a lot of fun. Book wise, I'm going to be going over this summer. I got to get another copy of Bilbo's Last Song so I can send to you guys. And I am also doing some art. I'm going to be doing some artwork and paintings, and we'll be showing them as things progress, because I got some new art supplies. Yay! And as I said last week, Mandalorian and Grogu was the jam. It's a lot of fun. It is very delightful. I am hoping, I'm not making any guarantees, because the IRS just sent me a tax bill. So I gotta pay the government money. I am hoping I might make it out to see Minions versus Monsters, because it looks really fun and psychotic, and I would like to see it if no one else does. And if I get to see it, I will tell you all about it. So, and Joe's gone. Oh my goodness!
No, I'm not gone. I'm right here.
You were bent over.
I'm working in the secret black book that I can't show people stuff.
Okay.
This is future stuff for like Amazonia and a couple other series here.
He went to
Got
sleep.
it.
Yeah. Now I haven't. I'm waiting to go to Mandalorian. I haven't seen it yet.
It was fun. We loved it. Even my oldest son's godmother, who is usually one of those people who will sit next to you in a movie and every 5 seconds ask you, who's that? What's this? What's that about? How come they doing this? Why aren't they doing that? You're trying to watch the movie and you're spending most of the time explaining it to her. Luckily, that was my oldest son's job.
Yeah, that's how you do it. You always have someone positioned to take your place where they have to deal with it.
Well, usually I end up having to do it. But this time, John and I had watched The Mandalorian, all the seasons of The Mandalorian together. He watched Book of Boba Fett on his own, but we had watched Mandalorian together. So it was kind of we've watched the series, so we'll watch the movie together.
We like The Mandalorian, but I don't know. It's one of those sappy emotional things to me. I have seen every Star Wars movie in theaters.
Okay.
Usually with my mom.
Oh.
So when the sequel movies came out, I got to go and watch those and bring my mom and my kids. And now, since my mom is no longer with us, I feel like I need to continue the tradition. But because there's so many of us, I need to go rob a bank to buy movie tickets and popcorn. But we'll make it happen.
We went to an early matinee
Mhm.
So we didn't go at 9 because we knew Sally would never make it. But
Mm.
so we went to the 12:15 because if you go before, I don't know how they do it in Indiana, but here AMC, if you go before 3 o'clock, they will take 15% off your ticket price.
Yeah, we down here. We try to go to the matinees since we're homeschooled. We don't have to wait for that. But it's still, it's Mississippi loves to tax everything, so
Okay.
it's yeah. But I don't know. We're also waiting. My wife bought tickets for us to go see the final episode of the Amazing Digital Circus in theaters.
My oldest just got a ticket for Friday.
We're going Sunday, and I'm going. That's all I can say.
Okay.
So
Well,
We're going to which movie? What movie was that?
the final episode of the Amazing Digital Circus, the Netflix
Okay.
series that my kids are like obsessed with. They're cosplaying, going to it with some. They're going to meet some of their friends there, and Penelope's going to be the little gesture girl and all of
oh,
that.
okay.
So, and I'm just like, okay.
Well, because
I've reached that age where I'm that dad that it's like, I'm here.
I've been that mom for decades now. I had to take kids to all sorts of movies. And when we moved here and Charles made friends in high school, I was the one who arranged for, oh, this time we're going to see Lord of the Rings. This time we're going to go see Harry Potter. And I was the one who they would all come over to our house and I'd make stir fry. And then I'd get them up in the morning, get each of them, a bunch of boys, in and out of the bathroom in under 2 hours. And then get them out on the bus, get downtown, get them into the movie theater, And we worked out that, if they split a big tub, so many would split a big tub of popcorn between them, that they could all get popcorn. And then we would go get the value meals at McDonald's.
Yeah.
And, because we would go to, and we'd go to Navy Pier if we could and hang out for a bit. And then everybody would come back and then head, and I'd call parents to let them know that we'd gotten back to my place and their kids were now on their way home. So I guess for me, it's doable. Just, stay calm.
Oh yeah, I usually enjoy it. I'm the only thing is usually whatever we go to or they're into, I watch it with them and I kind of enjoy it. I just can't get into the show. It doesn't do anything for me. So this is gonna be the first time I've gone to something and I'm like, okay.
Well,
we will
I
see.
will warn you when you go see Mandalorian and Grogu, be careful. Because I didn't see it on the website. And when we got there, AMC in Chicago, you cannot order at the concession stand. There's a kiosk that you have to go to order to. But when we were getting the stuff that I had already ordered, off in the back, they had Mandalorian helmets.
Oh, yeah.
And once I got them in, everybody inside, my youngest decided he had to go to the bathroom. I got him into the bathroom, and then I came up and I said, those Mandalorian helmets, what are they for? And he said, oh, it's a special with popcorn. It's like, what if I don't want the popcorn? I just want the helmet. And he was like, yeah, you can do that, but you have to order through the concession. It's like, okay. And when we came, I asked John, I said, you see the helmet? You want the helmet? He's like, no. It's like, okay. He goes, Grogu, because they had Grogu in that floating pram, which is also a popcorn thing. $80, even without the popcorn.
No.
I am warning you, no matter how much they look at you with the puppy eyes, if you can avoid actually taking them to in other words, get them into the theater. And then go to the concession stand and pick up your stuff.
Yeah, down here we have more Malcos, and they have the little gimmick where you can order at your seat. So
Oh, okay.
we do that a good bit, but the girls aren't really big on all that type of stuff. Penelope likes going and looking in the back room at all the giant bags of popcorn.
Okay. You know what pissed me off though? They
Hmm.
had a thing when I went, we ordered our tickets. My sister sent me money. We ordered the tickets early. And there was a thing saying if you ordered your tickets early, you were going to get these trading cards.
Uh,
I get down there, there's no trading cards.
hmm.
And understand, we went on a what is it? We went on a Tuesday, the Tuesday
Mhm.
after opening weekend. We ordered early. I go up to the concession stand. Hey, y'all had a deal. Where are the cards? Oh, well, I guess we ran out, which I think was idiot ease for, well, we ran out because half those cards, they're looking to sell half those cards on the
Mhm.
dark web or something. But
Yeah.
we were supposed to, because I ordered the cards early. And I was like, yes, everybody, that'll be a little value added extra that everybody will have. They'll have the cards. And we didn't get the cards.
Yeah, we
And I ended up spending $80 on Grogu and his pram, which I was surprised. He only let me put my hands on it once we got home because I had to take a picture of it for my sister. So she could see what we spent the money that she gave us.
And she sold it last week.
Yes.
I did not sell it.
No, you showed it to us last week.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
That's right.
Now,
He let me show it. But and he has not let me touch it since.
oh, I mean, that's understandable. You might break it.
Give him that look. Go ahead and give him that look. I know that look that you're going to give to him. You're about to shoot that look like, really?
Yeah. No,
Unless I come over there and break you.
I may not know where you live, but I will stomp through your state.
Okay, I could use a visitor. Come on, but no, but
Yeah.
Penelope's a trip when we go to the movies because aside from the fact she has no filter like me, she also has a potty mouth at 9 years old, which is
I
great.
know she is delightful. I love Penelope. She is very creative and very sweet. Okay. For those of you who don't know, I'm doing art instruction for his girls.
Mm-hmm.
And we did Mermaid this past month because May, for those of you who know the artist on YouTube, May is Mermaid. And I decided they would do a mermaid piece. And the whole family got into it. And Grayson, oh my goodness, she blew me away because she created a whole little story for her character. And I thought that was just so sweet. And Penelope was like, I don't think I did a good job. And it's like, no, sweetie.
Yeah, we're having problems with her in art all of a sudden. She like tears her stuff up and cries. So we're hoping the project will help.
And like I said, you have me on Messenger. You can call me on Messenger. You can video me on Messenger. If she's having a problem, hello, get on my phone. Get hold of me. Hey, can you talk to her? Can you talk her off the ledge? Because she's having problems.
Yeah.
And I'll understand because she has a very artistic soul. And it is not uncommon for artists to do something and everybody else go, ooh. And the artist is like, this is crap. I wouldn't wipe my butt with this, and rip it apart and throw it away.
We're still
how many times have you stopped me from doing that?
We're still learning. We're still figuring out how best Penelope learns.
I'm hoping the next assignment, because I'm trying to find, especially for the summer, fun assignments. And there was something I used to do when I was a little girl called the Stick Figure Family Circus. And
right up my alley.
And I would, whether it was those funny bicycles that have 5 and 6 people on them, or trampoline, or the trapeze, I would do stick figure people. Whenever we had reached a part in class where I'd already done the assignment and the teacher is now explaining it to the rest of the kids, I would be bored. So I would sit there and draw these little stick figure family circus things. And they're just stick figures. So it's not about artistic ability as opposed to it is how to have fun with the medium.
Yeah.
And delight in it, especially since, because it's like when I realized, for those of you who didn't know, I assigned this to his daughters and the whole family did it. Micah is like, you have to give Micah like a fist bump for me. Please.
Okay. I'll think about it. Yeah, but no,
you two are hilarious talking about
you don't understand Penelope, Elaine. She like,
I adore my girl.
We don't take her out in public too often because we're afraid of property damage. I'm not joking about her not having a filter. We were at the park.
She put a lot of work into her piece. She put a lot of work in it, and I appreciate that. Did she like what I had to say? Because I was trying to be encouraging and let her know that this is not about, this is something that she will develop over time.
Yes.
And if she wants additional instruction and stuff, I can put stuff together for her and do some additional stuff if that's what she would like to do. And I even said, as much as it is up to me, I will do what I can to help her. So I
appreciate it. Yes, we'll see how the June project goes. But no, we went to the park with her little friends, their little homeschool friends, and they were playing. And I'm always nervous about Penelope being around other people because they may die.
Oh, you were so mean. That's my girl.
And this little boy came up to them and started doing
little boy stupid stuff,
being a little boy, And Penelope turned and looked at him and said, and I quote, "So that's why your dad left you, jackass," and walked off.
You go, girl. Where's Penelope?
I'm hiding from her. I don't know where she is right
now. I don't know where she
is. I think she's
Where's Micah? Where's Micah?
But she's
about to get ready to get started.
We can't go eat Crystal Burgers either. Because I don't know if y'all have Crystal up there. Y'all have White Castle, right?
We got White Castle. We have the original. We have the White Castle. You got the knockoff.
Yeah, we got the Crystal Burger. But we went and we picked up Crystals because I enjoy Crystal Burgers because if you eat some today, you still taste them tomorrow. So I appreciate that.
Okay.
We got them and got them in the car and we're driving off and Pelzy goes, "Daddy, dinner smells like ass." It's like,
she also asked why there's 4 holes in each burger, or do they not do that with yours?
5 holes.
No,
it used to be only 4.
It's 5.
It's 5 now.
It's 5. It's always been 5.
I don't think Crystal Burgers have
one in the center and one by each
4
corner.
around.
Yeah.
You don't get holes in your burgers.
I don't think there are holes in them.
Oh wow. Damn.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we don't.
Love. Where's Micah? Where's my girl? He's not even talking. He's only pretending to talk, hoping that I'll shut up.
Okay, here's Micah. Miss Elaine wants to talk to you. What?
Why is he telling our whole life story?
First of all, kudos to you for turning that into a family thing and making it fun because I got the feeling that you guys had fun, and I loved your piece. Penelope is an artist. She's got that sort of temperament, and I'm gonna do what I can to help her.
He said, I'm just nodding my head.
Thank you. I'm gonna do what I can to help her. I usually have my phone with me, and I will, if you'd like, I can give schedules for when I'm not available because I'm out of
Schedule when you're not.
Do not. I know where you live, Mister. Don't.
No,
do
I'm just saying what you just said. A schedule where you're not available. So
Yes.
I'm glad you repeated it because I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, okay. If she wants to talk about something, or she's looking for a deeper level of instruction, I can do that. I have
Yeah.
and
She
I
definitely
have
needs
a
instruction.
I have a Pinterest board that I collect a lot of things and everything from color theory to drawing. That's why I sent when I sent my response, I also sent those pictures so you could see a little of what my process is.
Right.
So that because I thought maybe that would help her so she could see you kind of it doesn't have to be perfect, especially when you're just starting.
She's been
And when
doing
I'm
it for a
starting
long time. But that's what I try to tell her. I'm like, baby. And I just hate seeing the frustration process because she's never had it before. But she's
it
a
she's
perfectionist.
and a lot of artists are so that doesn't surprise me. She's got a very both the girls are very creative, and that's I love that, and you can see where they get it from. But like I said, if she can send me a list of things she wants, because they're not the same age, they're not working on the same level. So if Penelope needs a bit more intensive instruction, she can, I'm on, catch me on Messenger. Even if I have to get back to you, I
What, you
will.
guys an hour ahead? Is that right?
Yeah, I'm in Chicago,
Okay.
but I'm old. So, I wake up sometimes at like 4:30 in the morning. And not get back to sleep until like 2 o'clock or something. But if she reaches out to me, I'll get back to her with an answer. And I'm hoping, as I was telling Cliff, we're going to have fun this month. We're going to work on the stick figure family circus.
Have to look that up.
This is something that was in my own psychosis when I was a kid. But I thought it's something simple enough artistically because it's stick figures, and you can make them on the trampoline or on the high wire or swinging or on bicycles, however you want to do it. It'll just be stick figures.
That's right up Cliff's alley.
Hey, I thought his story, he made up this great story for his thing, and I thought
He's
really
the writer, yes.
And so I'm going to, this week has been a little hard because the IRS has been up my butt. So I didn't get as much chance to sit down and work, and I've got stuff to do this weekend. But this week I'm going to do some examples of stick figure circus. And just like I did last time, I will put together a PDF with an explanation. And they can do, so long as it doesn't interfere with anything you guys have planned, they can do as many of those as they'd like.
Yeah, we go to school. We go to school year round, but obviously during the summertime, we're more on just focus on reading. But we still try to stay busy. She does have kids messenger, so as the parent, I can add you on there.
Okay.
If that makes it easier. And she just, but be careful. She likes little emojis and stuff and funny things to send.
that I'm a mom, sweetie. I've raised boys. It's that will not kill me. And anything, so long as it's not something really sensitive for her, I will keep you appraised. You can always come in and look at the conversation and stuff. And I will send you guys the lessons so you can look them over. And if you have a question or there's something about it that you don't like, you can always say, I'd rather you didn't do this, I'd rather you do that, you know.
It's different coming from someone that's not mom and dad. It's the
Yeah.
only thing that I fear with being homeschool is like she starts therapy in a couple of weeks,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of the paperwork is you sending it to the teachers for them to fill out, which, you know, obviously we can do, but I'd almost want an outsider's look on things too. But her art teacher, I sent it to her, but they only see each other like once a week. And so she didn't know if she really could feel it out, you know,
Mm-hmm.
as much as they want. But she
Well,
definitely, Penelope actually wants to do art. A lot of the other kids just want to run around and talk and play. Nappy's just sitting there, the first one, the last one doing it, you know.
well, if, like I said, if she'd like, I will set, I can, we can do sessions together where I can sit down. I've got all sorts of different software. And if need be, I will gift her Sketchbook Pro, which is great art software. And it's like $25. You can get it nowadays from the Microsoft store. But what I love about it is every few weeks they will send you an email, the company that does it, and they will send you an email. Oh, we have these new brushes, and here's this quick little tutorial. And so I can share things with her like that, or if she wants to sit and work on something, I can say, oh, that looks interesting, and here's a way where you can blend these colors, or these brushes are really good for that. So if she wants something a little more intensive, I'm more than happy to put in some time for that.
I appreciate it. I really do.
You know, and I
wish you wouldn't talk about her. She can hear you.
oh,
I'm not talking
okay,
bad about her.
that's good to know.
No, I'm him. Like I try not to laugh too much at what she does because obviously that's going to give her the attention.
It makes him. Also for Grayson, I got a copy of Bilbo's Last Song, which is a lovely book that Tolkien wrote. And the one I ordered, the dust jacket, it got damaged. So I want to order another copy with a better dust jacket too.
She mentioned your name.
Here's
my little baby.
I loved your mermaid. I loved your mermaid and her story. It was wonderful.
That's the one that called me cranky uncle.
Does it have feedback?
That's the one that called me a cranky uncle. Okay.
Sweetie, I loved your mermaid. I loved the story. That was so cool. It inspired me. For my mermaid, I'm making that's how I came up with the idea. She can't sing. And so she scares sharks away, and the fishermen like her because the sharks won't come, and so they can fish. You know, so thank you, because you inspired me. And I have something really fun coming up next week.
Yay.
It'll be a surprise. But mommy and daddy know, and they've already approved it.
You're not going to. Okay.
You know, and I also found, oh, you took it away. I was going to tell her about the book, but
no, she gonna get ready to tell her. It's like, you don't have to worry about saying anything bad. We got TVMA up in the corner.
Well, she ran off because she's afraid to ask Joe if she can review a book on the show.
No, go ahead. Why not? Why not?
I told her she can't do it if she can't ask. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, do you see? Mommy eyes of death on you. Mommy eyes.
No. This that's a life lesson in that.
Yeah, she got to learn. She's got to ask for stuff she wants. So if she wants to do it, you got to ask.
Did she ask so she could do the fun the fun verse thing? No, you just brought her on there.
No, she asked me.
Did she?
Yes, she asked me, and then I asked Kelly. So, but if she wants to come on here, she's got to ask. But yeah.
Well, I am extending an invitation. Okay. That bypasses that. Okay.
All right.
So I just extended an invitation.
If she tests well, she could be number 4 in our group now.
Now, look,
Oh
y'all
man,
don't understand. I'm going to pull a Clyde. I'm going to let her come on here for a guest shot, and then I'm going to disappear.
no, you're not. No,
So,
you're not.
uh,
No,
um,
you are not.
Joe.
But I would love to. I think it would be great for her. I
Okay.
think it would be great for her.
Mm.
She's very smart. She is exceptionally inventive. You
Mm.
And I
know.
get to ask her why I'm a cranky uncle.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. I wasn't going to go there. I am luck. I'm just Auntie Moo. So
Yes.
is that
Um,
okay? Is that okay that I said Auntie Moo? Or is that upsetting?
I don't care.
Well, it's not just
Well,
you.
see, the
I
thing,
No,
know.
you have to understand that
this conversation is so hilarious because y'all not hearing what the other person saying. He said,
I,
"I
it's
don't care." Not if
I don't
she
care,
cares. He doesn't care.
but you also understand there there's a thing in our house now where, and it's just a coincidence that you call yourself Auntie Moo because I'm playing Diablo 4
Oh, okay.
on the PlayStation, and I've been playing Diablo since the second one came out. And there is a long running joke in the Diablo community about in Diablo 2 they had something called the secret cow level,
Okay.
where if you collected these certain items, you could go into this one portal and get a bunch of experience points fighting demon cows.
Well, the
And
Auntie
they're
Moo, I came by
they've
Auntie Moo honestly.
okay.
I used to babysit kids
Mm,
when I was part of this one church in Humboldt Park,
uh,
and they all started calling me Auntie Moo because I would chase
mm,
them around going moo 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 moo. Moo.
yeah.
You know.
Well, in the cow level, all the cows moo,
Well, that's
and
what cows do.
and over the years, people have gone in and they've ripped the wave files out and made compilations of all the cow mooing and put them on like YouTube and stuff.
Oh goodness, now I got to look for this.
And so I will sit here and when they start asking me questions because Diablo 4 just reintroduced the cow level, they'll start babbling to me. I just look at them and go, moo, like the cows do on the game. So it's become a thing. And
Okay.
yeah.
Well,
Oh, but
Daddy Moo and
digressing away,
Auntie Moo.
well,
digressing
if
away from the insanity of my family.
I don't think they're insane. I love those ladies.
Um, I had two bits of comic news I wanted to bring up to see if you guys knew about and had any thoughts on before
Okay.
we moved on too far. The first one is our continuing saga that leading up to the release of Amazing Spider-Man 1000 and the mysterious cousin.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? The newest issue of Spider-Man dropped. What is it? 20? Oh no, I'm sorry. Amazing Spider-Man 30.
Mm-hmm.
And we get more information on this mysterious cousin who we found out is part of the Parker family tree. His name is Cormac Crane, which the only reason that means anything to me is because I think it's Scarecrow from Batman or Ichabod Crane, whichever you want to look at.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but he's been hanging out around Aunt May's nonprofit organization. What's it called? Feast? Is that what it's called?
Something like that. Again,
Yeah.
I'm still trying to get used to younger Aunt May. I'm still trying to
Well,
get used to that.
they're kind of flip flopping because this Aunt May is not as old as Mary and Doctor Octopus Aunt May, but she's not Marissa Tomei either.
Right.
But
Oh,
That's like Marissa Tomei Aunt May is like, oh, so we got a hot to trot 50-year-old that's Aunt May, which kind of corresponds to how she is in Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man.
right, but in issue 30, like I said, she's not marrying Dr. Octopus, making wheat cakes off Aunt May, but she's much older than in the movies and the TV show. But
Okay.
this mysterious cousin is hanging out, and at the end of the issue, he just drops the bomb and reveals that he's her son. So we have the son of May Parker, who has shown up after all these years.
And she got rid of him?
We don't know. All this is going to be revealed in Spider-Man 1000. But
Wow.
again, the big mystery is he Uncle Ben's son, or is he Peter's dad's son with May? Because apparently
They had a thing.
there's some oddness with all of that. But yeah, it's official now. Peter's mystery cousin is May's child. So, which is all leading up to the Amazing Spider-Man 1000, where nothing will ever be the same again. Dun dun dun.
Yeah, the beginning of the end because of the news about Marvel Studios taking over the comic book division.
Yeah.
Oh, that's happening.
That did happen.
Oh yeah, that's right. They in the reshuffling, they put that guy in charge. That's right. So
that dun does not surprise me anymore. At first, I was like, "Are they really going that route?" And then I read that, and I was like, "Yep." I wouldn't be surprised across the board for all their titles. They're going to have that. Aha, we got this change in direction that we're going to go in, and you just got to accept it.
I'll be right back.
Oh, good. Now we can talk about it. No. But yeah, no, they're that's still building. I'm not sure if it's slowly, because isn't July when issue 1000 comes out, or am I off?
I thought it was this month's Amazing Spider-Man came out. I thought it was towards the end of this month.
I don't know.
It could be like the first or second week of July, or at the end of this month. The last week of this month. I'm not certain. But I know people was complaining about the covers for Amazing Spider-Man 1000.
Mm-hmm.
And then everybody was saying that the junior cover was weak.
Mm-hmm. Well, of course, it was junior. And the other little bit of news, have y'all heard of Marvel is starting their own revamp, almost kind of like the Absolute Comics of their books. But it's going to be all horror titles. They're going to call it the Midnight Line.
So
right, they bring it back like all the Midnight Suns, the Frankenstein stories, and all that.
No, like Jonathan Hickman is going to write a horror version of the X-Men.
No,
why?
Going to be,
oh my goodness!
We just saw Marvel Zombies. You don't need no
and
horror.
There's I can't remember who the creative team is, but there's going to be an H.P. Lovecraft like Fantastic Four.
No.
Why?
No. We don't need steampunk Reed Richards. Leave it alone. Jeez Louise.
Well,
on the bright side,
you know what? You want to know what would be cool? A steampunk high evolutionary would actually be cool. That would actually be cool, but no,
that might be interesting. But we don't need a steampunk Reed Richards.
No.
We just leave it alone.
But that's like I said, that's the whole thing about the Marvel Studios. They're going to start throwing everything out there to see what actually catch people's attention and actually sells here. And I said this before, and I say this again. This will come at the expense of a lot of us old heads leaving out of the hobby.
Well,
because
I don't know.
We're going to get alienated. We're going to get alienated. We're going to start only concentrating on the back issues and everything and what we love.
Which is kind of, that's kind of what I do now.
People like me who still get like newer issues because of the simple fact that it's part of the run. It's part of continuity. And now you're up here saying, hell with continuity. We're about to do something completely different that does not jive with me. And I was like, you know what? I might take that sabbatical from X-Men again. And when I did that last sabbatical, it was several years, and I'm finally almost completely caught up.
Well,
My
luckily for
sabbatical is
me,
still going. So,
Mad
but no.
released its spoof of the 80s.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. That was.
I saw it at the law. I got it. It was at Jewel, and it's like, you know what? If I don't buy that bag of potato chips,
You can buy it. You can buy it.
I can buy it if
And
I
that's
don't buy them
kind of
bags
messed
of
up.
potato chips.
That
And
kind of messed up because it kind of gives you that nostalgic vibe here. Like back in the day, if I don't buy that bag of potato chips, I could get this comic book.
if I just
Now, if I don't
soda,
buy this big bag of potato chips, I can still get my Mad magazine.
yeah,
The
it's
hell
kind
with
of like
that.
when I was a kid, it was like if I wanted Mad or creepy or creepy Vampirella, an area I had to kind of sneak in because if my mom saw it, oh my god, what's wrong with you? But I could get, for some reason, it was okay if I had Mad magazine. But and this was, of course, at a time when I was working as a kid. I was babysitting, so I had a little extra pocket money. But it was like, okay, if I want that soda and a pickle, I can either get a bag of chips and my Mad, or I can get a pickle, a soda, and my Mad. Unless it was one of those supersized issues, and then it was like, well, if I'm lucky, I'll get a soda. So, it's kind of like when you're used to having to make those decisions as a kid,
Right.
And now I can at least, I don't have to go, okay, I can't get Mad because I got to get diapers. For a long time, I couldn't buy comics because it was like, I got to get diapers. I got to get training pants. Somebody, someone's got, they've got a school trip. And I not only got to pay the money for the trip, but I also got to make sure he's got lunch. So, to be back at the point of like, okay, if I don't buy this, which is like, if I don't buy this snack, I could get my Mad, so I'm kind of happy. Some people might think it's a little goofy, but it's like, you know what? I appreciate it more. I appreciate it more. And this one I like because it's got Alf, The Goonies, E.T., Top Gun, Cabbage Patch Kids, Eddie Murphy, Michael Jackson, Ronald Reagan, Ferris Bueller, Rubik's Cubes, and more.
Yeah, they probably have like what Atari and a couple other things.
Yeah, they've got like Max what is it?
Max Headroom, yep.
Max Headroom, there's Rocky. So I mean, it's and Yoda, so Ghostbusters. They've got quite a lot on here. So I am going to when I get some time this weekend, when I'm not running around trying to get a million things done. In fact, I might just take this. I've got to go do laundry tomorrow. So I would probably take this to the laundry room.
And you read some more, and you read until you can't do no more.
Well, I will have, if I'm lucky, about an hour and a half. I'll have about 90 minutes that I can go and read. And I will probably get maybe half this done. Then maybe later Sunday night I can sit down and get the other, because I also have to get the assignment. And then I got some great new art supplies. I will show them next week.
Yeah, her art supplies has been making me like Jack Nicholson Joker from Batman. Where does she get these wonderful toys?
I will send you my Amazon links if you want to. Actually, I'll connect.
I really need to put money aside for acrylic markers. That's what I really need here.
They have, depending on what you want and what I would suggest Arctics, because I love Arctics. Arctics and Ohuhu are really good quality ones. Copic is finally just getting around this past year. Copic has finally just gotten around to making acrylic ink markers. But they're very Johnny come lately.
Johnny come lately, which means that they're not up to snuff as of yet.
Well, you know, the thing is Ohuhu and Arctics and a couple of other cheaper brands have been doing this for the last few years. So they've gotten really good at it. You know, and both Arctics and Ohuhu have a nice range of colors. And you can get like the set I got, I think I spent like $49 for it. But Ohuhu has a couple of sets that you can get for like 40. You know.
Okay, so that I could probably do. I could probably for a set, a $40 set, and just start working on sketch covers and stuff again.
Yeah, and it's only thing is if you certain papers work better than others. The smoother the paper, like Bristol, those work really good on Bristol. But there are papers like, say, cotton papers, especially rough, the cold pressed cotton, which is rougher. It'll drink your ink up. You know, so just think about that. And because a lot of them are not making. Unlike that's the one thing Copic does have is. I think they have finally begun introducing individual markers, because that's how Copic had the market for so long. They had all these colors, and if you got a set of Copics and say you had a marker that ran out, you could buy another marker, or better yet, you could get a refill and just refill your markers. And for the longest time, so not only did you had quality markers, but you didn't have to, every time you ran out of 2 or 3 colors, you didn't have to go buy that set again. So, you know, that was something that Copic had. But there are a lot of companies that don't have quite the price range of Copic, where you're getting quality stuff. The only thing is with the acrylic markers, Ohuhu is just introducing some markers where you can refill them. But it's a very small line of them. You know, so I got one set. I would like to order another set, and then get the Posca, because Posca now has Posca pens were the acrylic markers, except they had big ass nibs and stuff. They were hard if you were trying to do like detailed work. If you had the big area to cover, Posca pens were great, but if you had like fine tip stuff that you needed, that was hard. But now Posca is getting on that, and they're introducing fine tip nibs and whatnot, making it a lot easier. But they have a skin tone range that I would like to get, because I've seen it and it's really pretty. So, but I'm gonna have to wait 6 months if I got to start paying the government. You know, if I got to pay Uncle Sam his tax bill.
Yep. Art Flash. That's it.
Ooh!
Oh, lovely.
That wasn't do that again.
No, because it's confidential information. Now I can show some other stuff that is not as secret as that picture, because that picture is part of test work for second story art. I can show you third story arts type stuff, because it kind of works in the background, in the background of a lot of stuff here.
If I am lucky and I get this whole thing,
such as that.
Ooh, oh, she looks a little bruised.
Yeah, that's a character.
Girl?
No, that's not Elisa.
Okay.
That is the actual original character that Amazonia was actually supposed to be based upon.
Ah, okay.
She looks like what I imagine most comic book characters look like, running away from Garth Ennis.
Yep.
No.
That is her after the accident.
Okay.
So
I got the first 16 pages worked out on Bristol board. And I've scanned them. Thanks to Courtney, we were able to scan them in, and I've laid them out in book format with Clip Studio Paint. But I haven't had a chance to actually start coloring.
Mhm.
But what I would like to do, if I can get all this other stuff to calm the hell down, I would like to get back to work on. I would like to get at least, I've got 15, I'd like to get at least a good 35, 40 pages roughed out and scanned in, and then get to work on them so that I feel more like I'm getting more accomplished.
Okay. But I do have to say shout outs to Daphne Lage, because that was her idea for a couple of years back. It's like, just get a sketchbook, just do, 1 or 2 drawings in the sketchbook per day or per week, and just keep things going here.
I sent
something, a present. I have
not felt sense. Oh, no. Hey, Leia.
She felt me drawing. That's what it was. She's like, he's drawing. He's drawing new stuff that can't be seen. I must be here.
I worked out the idea. It's the piece I sent you, Cliff. I'm giving her daughters when I do the finished mermaid piece. Her daughters are getting
Gotcha. Nice.
One more. Here it goes. You got to be quick. Art flash.
Ooh. Okay.
That's like I said. This is third story arc type stuff.
I got Hypno. Oh, she got Hypno Hustler.
Yes.
Yep.
Hypno Hustler. I've got him, and on Free Comic Book Day I found the Prowler for only $20. So I got the Prowler next to the Hypno Hustler, and I feel like I'm back in the 70s already. Yeah, but the first 3 books in the horror line that Marvel's doing is going to be X-Men by Jonathan Hickman, which is going to be some kind of vampire story.
Storm has already had her throw down with Dracula.
Nightcrawler is going to be a vampire.
No.
Fantastic Four by Benjamin Percy, which is going to be Lovecraftian. They're saying.
Oh, she said she needs to make Frogman.
Yes, I need a Frogman.
Great.
That's
awesome. All I need. Sue calls down Cthulhu.
Yes, and there's no information that I found about it, but the 3rd book will be a Spider-Man book, a Spider-Man horror book written by Philip Kennedy Johnson, who is doing the Infernal Hulk series right now. So those are the first 3 coming out.
Spider-Man Noir is out, and I was thinking of watching it. But the responses I'm getting is sort of like, oh, don't you even think about talking about it on this show if you do. I guess you've seen it, Joe?
No, I'm laughing at something that a skit that I wrote down here on this on the hidden book of sketches here. And you have to understand the joke because of the t-shirts. So let me go big screen here for a second before I could get it in frame properly for you guys to understand what was being.
Not a robot. Cool.
So this character right here, and I'm going to let this part out of the bag. We're not going to see her until the 3rd story arc. That is Felicia Knight. Felicia Knight was the original inspiration for Amazonia. Now, what happened to her is that originally she was, like most women, most women who pretty much was like 4'11", was very intelligent and everything, was working with another doctor in the field of bioengineering and everything. And somehow, as we started with where we're at in the current story of Amazonia, they were working on the prototypes for what we're discussing in the first story arc. In doing so, the accident pretty much destroyed her body, and her co-worker, in her infinite wisdom to save her, saved her brain and her circulatory system and was able to use the so-called project that's mentioned in Amazonia to save her,
Okay.
which also allows her to become any type of woman that she wants, as long as there's enough material for her to build a body for it.
Oh, okay.
So the whole concept of Amazonia originally was her being any woman that she decides to be. So she could be like a big old muscular woman. She could be a fashion model. She could be the average everyday woman, and you would never know who she truly is unless you knew her before the accident. So that's the reason why the not a robot is funny. Because it's like, the body is mostly nanotech to a certain degree. So she's not really a cyborg. She's not, because again, her actual physical brain is still in it, and her actual circulatory system is still inside of that inside of these bodies here.
Parallax, you've been hanging out with the wrong robots then.
Robots don't jiggle. That's the reason why that joke is so funny about the t-shirts. She's not a robot. Technically, she's not a robot. She is nanotechnology with an organic body.
Now, I'm not saying anything. It's 2026. Technology's come a long way. You just hanging out with the wrong robots.
And you know this personally, do you? Because if so, I need to talk to Micah.
What you gonna talk to her about it for?
Girl stuff.
She ordered it, not me.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I thought you ordered it and she didn't know. How's my kitty? How's the kitty?
Gone. I don't know where
she corners her mix a lot. That's a jiggle or wobble either.
It wobbles fake. It's like the Weeble. Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down.
What do you mean they don't fall down? They do sag faster.
Oh goodness. I walked right into that. Where is the kitty cat?
It's gone. I think Micah has it in the bedroom with her. I don't know.
Oh no, she's putting a kitty through torture. It's like, hey, up with you. I want my human. My human is sitting on the computer. Let me watch my human.
Oh,
that's the other cat that watches him, and he's not asleep yet, so she's not gonna watch him. I was paying attention.
No, man.
No, I'm laughing at what she said.
Well, you know where that's from. Bad boys.
Yep.
Oh, mofos need Jeebus. I was just hoping to see the kitty again. That's all. It's a kitty because it's not here. Because it's not here, it doesn't set off my allergies.
Okay.
You know,
plus she wants to get her eccentric evil on to be like, yes.
No, actually,
there's an anime on Crunchyroll that we have discovered that we watched with Micah. It's called Night of the Living Cats. And it's about a virus that apparently it just take zombie out of the apocalypse and put cat in. And there are these cats, and if they touch you or they get near you, you turn into a cat. All right. And
it's a pussy show.
Miss Elaine made me think about it because one of the characters on it is allergic to cats, and she's like their early warning system. They're like, we can't go that way. She's sneezing. So,
Yeah, we'll
and
have
in
to
the
go.
current episodes, they've been separated. You know, like in all good zombie shows, where the group gets
You always
separated.
separate the crew.
Yeah, and they're trying to find her, and the girls here at the house are convinced that she's been turned into a cat, and they're like, so they'll know it's her because she'll be sneezing at herself all the time, right? And I was like, no, if she's a cat now, that means she's allergic to humans. So
now
yeah,
she becomes an early warning system for them.
yeah.
Yes.
So, but no, Miss Elaine, talking about the cat making her sneeze made me think about this cat apocalypse show that we watch. So.
Whoever they are, hi there. They haven't seen the show since before I came on board.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been a minute. Elaine been here for what? Close to what? 2-3 years now?
About 2 years.
These damn women folk, they're everywhere now. You got them the pill and got them to vote. Now they're just taking over.
I know. Pussy power to the max, boy.
Yep, y'all are rough and tumble.
Yeah, rough and tumble. Especially me, because Joe know I'm ex-military.
Well, actually, I have seen you put hurting on people. So
what can I say?
But it was well deserved, though. It was well deserved. It's not like you put hurting on people just because. It's like they did something stupid. They did something stupid. You tried to make them aware of it. They was an asshole about it. They suffered the consequences.
You stop reading comics because I write and draw comics. You need to replace that girlfriend. You need to replace that girlfriend. Call me. I'm 65. I know stuff.
That's one of the things that we might have. That is kind of culture related too, because that's kind of geek culture related too. It's like, how do you go about dating when you're into geek culture, like comic books and video games and stuff?
Well, I think it's a little bit easier now because geek culture is so mainstream. It's not like it was back in the day where, if you read comics, you're the comic book guy from The Simpsons,
That, and back in the day, because I could tell you a lot of times I have gone to so many events and been the only Black chick there.
Mm-hmm.
Or, and every guy you meet is already dated. If they're not already married, they're already committed to some sort of relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, oh, well, no geeks for me because they're already taken. But, it's great. It's been interesting to see how geek culture has changed, because one of the things I love about when we do C2E2 is you see all the families.
Mm-hmm.
So you see the moms and dads, and you can tell when the moms and dads are both mom and dad are geeks, because you'll see entire families dressed up.
Yep.
It's not just, we brought, the kid was excited, so we brought we let her get we let the kid get dressed up. It's like the whole family, the family where the daughter was Spider-Gwen and the mom was Silk. That was fun. Of course, the fact that they were going to kill the dad because he almost
I won't translate much into that statement here. Okay. I kind of understand here. It's like,
now I
made both those. So yeah, I got skills along with comics. I got skills. I even made a comic and everything. And I beat up on Joe all the time because I'm his editor.
Yep.
I do not have a 401k. I have sons.
You have to be the one with the 401k for her.
And that's what I'm about to get ready to say. It's like, you know what? That's the whole thing. You don't let people know that you have a 401k. That way, when it gets time to retire and everything, it'd be like, don't worry about it. We got money. Don't worry about it. It's going to be taken care of by the job.
Yeah, we don't even have a K around here, so.
Yeah, I edit.
Yep.
I
thought it was 2024 that you was all mad because you didn't re-up for 2025. It was 2024. I could have sworn.
Yeah, unless you did something that I don't know about.
Yep, since New Year. Yep.
Yep. Now I've said it on. I think I've said it on here before, but I really enjoy the growth of conventions and social media for geek culture, because I used to go and help friends of mine run their tables at conventions, and I would see the kids who it's obvious they don't have great social skills, they're shut-ins, they are the only one in their area who's into this stuff. And when they go and they meet their people, the joy it brings them, it's I seriously, I teared up talking to Mike about it one day. I was jealous because it's like, if it was like this when I was younger, I probably wouldn't have thought I was as weird as I was. On one hand, I think it's great for him. On the other hand, I hate it because now I have to have dude bros explain the Marvel universe to me. But
I would hate that. I would hate that. If it's comic related, go ahead. That we don't have a problem answering anything that's comic related here. Trying to figure out the other stuff here. But saying all that to say, one of the funniest things that I have seen at comic conventions here. Now, we all used to, the guy who is all into geek culture and everything brings the girlfriend. The girlfriend is like, walking around.
Yeah, she's like, walking around like this, protecting.
That's not the funny thing. That's not the funny one. The funniest things I have ever seen at a comic book convention is when the woman is heavily into this stuff and the guy hates it.
Oh, we still get a couple of those.
And when the guy truly hates it, it was like, why am I spending my hard good on money? It's like
we have that. We have that.
Mm-hmm.
First day C2E2. No, second. They came.
They got separated. They got separated. It wasn't the fact that he wasn't enjoying himself. They got separated. That was
he threw the mother of all hissy fits. He had to talk his ass down. It's like, okay, do I need to get violent with homie? Because he sounded like he wants to, rip her a new one. It's like, okay, and I'm thinking, okay, what can I turn into a weapon? Because homie sound like he needs to be put down. He needs at least 5 minutes to take out, and I got to figure out how to, I got to figure out how to make me some handcuffs on it quick, and hand it in.
Us being military and finding out that he was military, we was able to talk him down. It's like, you have to understand, this is civilian life. When you say be over here in 15 minutes, we normally over there in 15 minutes.
Especially
or I'm going to be right around the corner. You better be right around the corner, or something's going to go down. And it's like his attitude was like, man, he was like, dude, this ain't military. You can't get upset for something like that.
And this is a geek event. You might be setting your mind to something and turn the corner and you see something you didn't expect to see. And now your whole brain is just gone, ooh.
One of the reasons why he's an ex-husband. Yep.
He came back.
Okay, wait. Hold on. Here's the comic book question. It's like, do y'all think that the fail?
Okay, I know what he's talking about.
No, I know exactly what he's talking about. DC So White protest was like the last 2 weeks. I saw in the last week. It was like, what the hell? What the hell is the rule goal here? Don't people learn during making every? No, they don't.
During the make everyone woke area.
No, he was saying it's the woke era. It's like, no, it's not really the woke era. It's like real goal. You know, my phone has tiny buttons. No,
Yeah,
no,
well, that
I,
to me,
it's like I see that type of question. I want to talk in depth on my Saturday show because I'll go full bore on that. I read what this was about and I saw what other creators were saying, and there's a few creators that I 100% wholeheartedly agree with when it comes to the whole DC so white. But I'll let everybody else talk first.
Wow. Okay. And understand I am coming from a different perspective. I am 65. I was born in 1961. So comics was much different then. Storm was my first Black superhero. Okay. Which is why Storm will always have a special place in my heart. Wonder Woman was my first super heroine who had something of a regular comic, because back in the day, um, you would occasionally find things like Black Canary and Rose and Thorn and what's the other one? Black Canary, Zatanna. If they had a book where they were running a series and it ended early, they might put a few pages of Zatanna in the back, or Black Canary or Rose and Thorn. So for those of us who were girls, it was just, I was, ooh, they actually are putting women in comics, and they're more than just the, help me, and I'm so brave type of characters. Now, also, I will say, though, I have not in the past few years, because I had kids. My sons are now in their 30s, but my youngest is autistic. I have had to be an active mom for 35 years. And that meant I had a lot of time in which I have not had to read comics. And so there's a lot of stuff in the changes. When Joe and I met and I first started working in comics, because I'm a film school grad who was going into comics, to find out characters that I had learned about coming up had changed so drastically. Was for me kind of it, and it still is sometimes a bit of a culture shock. They're the comics that I grew up with, the way they were presented, the way they were written is a lot different than the comics you guys get nowadays. 16 pages is considered if a comic is 20 pages, that's a double issue. And I'm from the point where 30 pages was a comic.
Mm-hmm. 30 plus pages.
So the way they told the stories was different, and the characters that they told the stories with were different. And so it is, and Joe and these guys have heard me rant because I'm a Monica Rambeau fan. Okay. So Captain Marvel, once the gold dude was dead, that was Monica Rambeau. It wasn't Chicky Girl. She was Ms. Marvel. She will, and as far as I'm concerned, she always gonna be Ms. Marvel. Monica Rambeau is my Captain Marvel. So when I look at her, I go, not my
Captain
Captain
Marvel is Billy Batson.
We're not talking. She's not talking about DC. She's not talking about DC.
Neither am I.
Oh, so you got to go back to Wiz Comics. Okay, I got you.
Yes.
I got you. Okay, I'm there. I'm
we
there.
have an assignment.
I have to play referee in these conversations.
I am changing your damn assignment. Okay, all the females are getting good assignment. Ooh, you gonna have to do Rembrandt. I'm gonna teach you how to make me. Thank you, Leia. Because it's so good that I don't know where you live, because you would be in trouble right now. Okay, you would. Joe will tell you. I would stomp there. It would be evil.
Again, he would just shoot you a look. She would shoot you a look first, and then if you keep on going, that's your ass.
As the old Black ladies used to say, don't make me put hands on you, child. I'll make you see the Holy Ghost. If I
DC
put
did
hands
get
on
the
you, you will see the
copyright.
Holy
They did
Ghost.
not get the right to market a book called Captain Marvel. He can be called Captain Marvel all day long. The book or the TV show can't be called that. It wasn't a copyright thing. It was a publishing thing.
But like I
Uh,
said, for me, the
I
comic book
I'm going to be
industry,
gracious enough and not to do what you did to Elaine here, because you just said something very, very wrong. But I know where you're going with it, so I'll just leave it at
I
that. So
couldn't
go
help
ahead,
it.
Elaine.
I'm
but
sorry.
Finish your thought.
for me, it is like I said, it's very different. Um, and also because being born in 61, the literature we grew up reading, is different than the literature they grew up reading. I mean, by the time I was 10, I was working my way through Dumas, Shakespeare, and Chaucer. So, for me, reading was a little different. My preference for stories is based in part on how those early works affected me. Um, Superhero angst, you know, wasn't quite as the the thing it is now. And understand, I had the issue the night that Gwen Stacy died. I had that damn issue. I had it. My mama threw it away. I had that issue. The issue where Jean Grey crashes that plane and she comes out. I had that issue. Okay. That's how my mama used to punish me because I would work. I had a job. I was babysitting. And I would earn the money to get my comics. And when she wanted to get back at me, she would throw my comics away. But those comics were different. And this was, like I said, Storm was a unique character. She was a Black woman. She was exceptionally capable. But I was always bothered, especially as Storm progressed, because what they used to do is Storm started getting too powerful, somebody would kidnap her. Whether it was Loki, Dracula, Forge took her powers away. He didn't do it on purpose. They were supposed to be going after Rogue, and she got hit by mistake. Some dude in a galaxy far, far away, you know.
Doctor Doom made her a robot.
No, Doctor Doom encased her in carbonite.
And made a robot Storm. I've got
And
the issue.
oh, I didn't have that. I don't have that issue. I used to have the issue where he encased her ass in carbonite, and she damn near ripped his island apart, and then spanked up on him really good. Um, and it was and it was Peter Rasputin who had to talk her down because she was ready. She was ready to kill him. And so, Peter had to, I mean, what nothing Professor X could say, Peter had to talk her down, which was really interesting. But, and I go all the way back to when Lois Lane got her consciousness raised by two kung fu chicks, one of which she was Black. They were two private detectives, and one was Black and one was white. And they raised her consciousness, and she went running around in hot pants suits around the same time that Diana lost her powers and started beating the shit out of men who got on her bad side. So, for me, comics are different. The attitude they have with comics, there are some comics I don't read because I look at the heroes and the way they've changed them and made them crazy. Batman makes me cry. Because when I was a kid, Batman was not psychotic. Now, there's very little to keep Batman out of Arkham, other than the fact that the folks at Arkham are kind of scared of him. But he might as well be in Arkham in certain situations, and that's a heartbreak. Our heroes were easily definable heroes back in the day, no matter what their color or gender. So I kind of look at it with a little sadness. And yet at the same time, get me a copy of Aliens, and I'm an idiot. So go figure. I'm gonna let the junior spaceman comment.
All right. So, okay, Cliff, you have the floor.
Um, Okay, I'd feel bad trying to comment on this at being the white guy in the room. Um, I read this whole DC blackout boycott thing as nothing but clickbait for a couple of weeks. Yes, comic books started off as a very white medium, and they are very quickly trying to catch up and fix that. They're not great at it because, especially now that it's all corporate, you can't have a comic book come out and start pushing diverse characters because using the DC idea, nothing sells but Batman and Superman. That's not a color thing, that's a money thing. Is there a problem with too many white characters dominating books? Yes. But that's been going on forever because look, back in the day, Hawkman, an ancient Egyptian prince, is a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white guy. It's a problem, and they're slowly trying to fix it. I think they go overboard with some of this. Uh, my oldest daughter, what does she call it? The wheel of diversity, where they don't even really care. They're just like, well, we need A, B, and C in a book. That's not diversity. That's public relations. But comics have all and this is me getting off on a smaller other tangent because, like I said, coming from my perspective, yes, there are too many white guys in lead roles in comics, but that's not a we don't want ethnicities or minorities being stars. That's more of a corporate thing. My other issue, I'm sorry, and I'm that guy. Comic books have been woke since 1938. The idea that they haven't been is bullshit, and it's partisan crap that has come up over the years. Just like with the rise of the internet, we have more flat earthers because they can find each other. So you find more people who are mad and scream, "Oh, this is woke and go broke," blah blah blah. Superman fought for the downtrodden man and would put out PSAs about equality. In the 80s and the 90s, they put out ads and they had stories about don't gay bash. It's the AIDS is not a gay plague.
Yes, I remember that. And
I
if you
remember when people were pissed off because they introduced characters like John Constantine and he was bisexual. I remember when people got pissed off because why is Wonder Woman wearing pants? Comics have always been woke. It's just nowadays we have been some people have been programmed to think woke is a bad thing when all it is another word for progressive. And
and
so
if
those are to me those are two separate things. Comics has always been woke. There have been the US government asked Stan Lee to write a comic book about the dangers of drugs. That's how we got Harry Osborn as a drug addict.
okay.
Why? Because it was a
And the
social
Spider-Man
issue.
and the Spider-Man smoke screen comic book.
That is why comic books have always pushed and had political undertones or overtones, depending on who's writing it. They've had social issues. The X-Men is a woke social justice comic book.
God loves man kills.
Replace the word mutant with black guy. And that's what it was in the 60s.
Yep.
Or minority.
Or
Minority.
anything that was
It could have been Japanese, Chinese, Mexican, black. It could have been any minority.
Yes. Well, see, down here, I'm from the South. So down here, when we say minority, most people think black folks.
I'm surprised you didn't mention the big bad in the room here. And
I'm
one
not
of your
done.
favorites, Legion of Superheroes.
I'm
Why
not done.
Carol Lad had to wear a helmet.
Yes. Comics have always been this way. Why are there more white people in comics than minorities? Because going back to 1938, they thought only white people bought comics. And the other reason is because still to this day, the main people in charge of comics are old, rich, white dudes. That's it. It has nothing to do with they're this, that, or the other. Comic books have always been social commentary. They have always been woke.
And if you want to get stuff by black creators, We're around. You can find us.
Yes, you can.
Richardson. Hey, baby, did you see Spider-Man Into the Multiverse? That was a Black woman's artwork. Okay.
Yes.
A lot of that was based on her artwork. I know her.
Mm.
I've met her. She's fucking amazing.
Mhm.
They're there. You have to kind of look. I'd say you want to find more Black creatives or more diversity. Go to any convention, go to any comic book shop, and look for the independent creators. You're going to find more.
Look for your creators. Look to Dark Horse and Image and Boom. They have more minority creators. They have more diverse books.
They don't talk to me though, so
Yeah.
F them dudes. But
come see Joe and Elaine. My one of my closest friends is a Black independent comic book creator. He does the Shinobi Ninja Princess and the Tales of the Toshigawa books. I'm going to review one of them one day, but he hadn't told me which one he wants me to review. But no, they're out there. It's just harder to find. And when you go with the established books, the big two, there are more white characters in them because these characters have been around since the golden age of comics when everyone was white. And if you had a Black character, it was probably going to be a very bad stereotype like Steamboat in the Captain Marvel books.
yeah.
Or if they were Asian, they were going to have buck teeth and be bright yellow.
Oh my goodness, the Wonder Woman. Oh my God, I hope I didn't hurt the little Jap. Oh, yeah. That was.
And a lot of, but
why are you making me think about? Oh goodness, because I got old golden age issues of Wonder Woman. I'm thinking about how they did porters on the railroad.
Because the guys who work Pullman. So now, I mean, it's and there have been. I will say there have been. If you look more into, say, the old newspaper comic strips, depending on what newspaper, some of the local ethnic ones did have comics that featured Black people or Hispanic people heavily, but you had to know where to look. But there were characters who there were a couple of there was at least one female character who she was kind of like she wasn't like the Phantom, but whenever situations of injustice happened, Girly was out there. She was throwing down and handling it. You had a lot of those, but they were sometimes few and far between. Or you had comics strips like Beetle Bailey that did have a Black officer, and actually on a Sunday, one of the Sunday funnies, they actually did bring that up about being Black and everything. And the joke that they ended it with, when he says, "Oh, I'm sorry for bothering," goes, "Oh, it's okay, you were in a Black mood," was a really bad joke. But, people forget there were comics codes, and there were certain things. Comics for quite a while were held to certain standards. And one of those standards was if you portrayed people of color, you had to do it in a specific way. Because as Joe said, they thought for the most part that only white guys or white kids were buying these books because. And Joe and I, we've done this discussion where I talked about Betty and Veronica and whatnot and the Archies, and how I eventually just grew out of Betty and Veronica because it was just
she grew out of Betty and Veronica, and my complaint is like, whatever. It's like, why don't nobody know about Josie as much? And people keep asking me, it's like, well, why do you pick on Josie so much? Because of one character, Valerie Brown.
Yep.
And people keep just like, who's Valerie Brown? It's like, do you realize Josie and the Pussycats here? One of the lead vocals is Valerie Brown, who happens to be African American,
and she was their bassist. She played the bass. So I mean, they were there. You just had to know where to look. You know. And if you had a character who was Black, you could only usually have one character, male or female.
Mhm.
Notice Nick Cage, when I was a kid, Nick Cage didn't date because
You
they
mean
didn't
Luke
want.
Cage?
Huh?
Luke Cage.
Luke
Luke
Cage.
Cage, sorry.
Power Man.
Yeah, Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Sweet Christmas.
Sweet.
You know,
Where's my money, honey?
he didn't date.
Well,
For the
you know,
most
it
part,
was.
but he did one of the most interesting issues Marvel ever did was a Power Man issue told from the perspective of a little boy. His family was Black. They moved into a white neighborhood. They were being terrorized, and the family reached out to Luke to help them. And I won't say how it ended, but it made I kept that issue for years, and it used to make me cry. So you will find they were doing things that went outside and would be considered very woke. And this was what? This had to be 66, somewhere between 68 and 70 that issue came out. So, you know, it wasn't like the whiteification of the comics. They were in their ways trying to push
Mhm.
the boundaries, but the code always pushed back. And
Mhm.
also, you know, distributors wouldn't carry a book, and we didn't have comic book stores back then. So you had
Mhm.
newsstands, and they only carried so many books each month. So if you were lucky, you might have had Superman, and you'd have Batman. If you were really lucky, most of the people I knew who read Wonder Woman, like my Aunt Julia, was a subscriber. She had my uncle gave her a subscription, and she got her Wonder Womans in the mail, because trying to find Wonder Woman at the newsstand could be difficult. Finding the X-Men was, you know, finding the X-Men was not easy.
Mhm.
When they came out, especially when Storm hit, that was, you know, sometimes it was hard. Not everybody wanted to carry those issues. So, you know, yay, people, it is more inclusive, and you're not getting the pushback, because yeah, now you have what, 100 angry little white dudes who have penises that are this big.
Hey, now.
I'm not talking about you.
Offended.
You know, who you know, who are complaining because that's all they do. Okay? Because these are the same idiots that complain about a Black actress playing this, because they don't understand in history, white actors and actresses played every other color under the sun.
William Shatner played a Native American in a Western.
Please. Okay?
Well, you know, it's
Guy
all
Williams
of
was a
these
white dude
things.
who played a Hispanic.
Mhm.
He played a Spaniard, he played a Spanish born Mexican. Zorro, no Hispanics ever played Zorro until what's his name got the role. Okay,
Tell you about that. It's,
before Banderas got it, I'm 65. Sometimes I forget things.
Mhm.
Okay, before
I just
Banderas
like
got
being
that
his
role,
Good
name.
old Walt made certain of that.
yeah,
Mhm.
everybody else who played that role was a white guy.
Mhm.
If you had a light skinned Black person, it was a white actress made up, or a white actor made up.
Yeah.
Okay. And it wasn't like those actors weren't there, but you know, they didn't get to play a lot of those roles. Okay.
Mhm.
Asians,
Yeah.
I mean, it's like Fred
Well, you
Astaire
know,
played an Asian.
Mhm.
Okay. There are
David
people,
Carradine took Bruce Lee's part in Kung Fu.
yes.
Exactly. Yep.
Okay. So yeah, it's not that it's woke, it is kind of redressing. the idiocy that I grew up with.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's
because people, you know, when you have Ricardo Montalban playing an Egyptian, or no, Yul Brynner playing an Egyptian, okay? It just it's a redress. It is a reset. We're looking at what they used to do and going, maybe there's a better way to do this. And it's okay to tell stories where not everybody looks, talks, feels, and thinks like you. That's not a bad thing. That's the whole point of storytelling. It gives you different perspectives
No,
so that it expands your mind. Free your mind and the rest will follow.
Look,
because I'm
my
like,
favorite movie.
I'm about to wrap all of this up in a nice, pretty bow.
okay.
Because you guys hit everything, all of my examples to answer this question. You hit all of it.
Oh, I got one more.
I'm the oldest person in the room right now.
This new X-Men, when they introduced Storm and Colossus and Nightcrawler, they got blowback because they had a Russian and an African American and a German.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Danny Rand, Iron Fist, got hate mail because he was dating Misty Knight, a black woman.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Bendis got death threats because of Miles Morales.
Mm-hmm.
How dare you make Spider-Man black?
Yes.
And Roy Thomas got death threats for introducing Amazing Man and All-Star Squadron, who was a black guy.
Mm-hmm.
Not to
And
mention
that was
the black
all in my
Green Lantern.
that was all in my lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
So comics being woke and people being mad about it has been going on forever. It's just now we have a new term for it.
And you 100 guys with the itty bitty penises, bitch, show up at my door. Show up at my door. I live in the hood.
Now,
show up at my door.
Honey,
no.
it's the motion in the ocean, not the boat.
As I wrap this everything up here for this question, I'm going to put this out here. For those who are out here in support of DC is so white, I beg to ask you this question. Why do you expect a corporate publisher to care about anything that is brand new and different? Their money lies with what is already established. And you're up here calling to say, oh, we need more diversity. Think about it this way. How long did it take for Gotham City to actually start showing African American people just in the general population of Gotham City? Now, Batman goes all the way back to the 1930s.
True.
Wonder Woman was doing it from the 1940s, so I can't pick on that, but I could pick on Batman. Because that was one of the complaints about Batman. Not because of the lack of supporting characters, not because of the lack of actual main characters that could have been any other nationality. They just wasn't being shown in Detective Comics and in the Batman series, not until right around the 1970s.
And this was after Eartha Kitt played Catwoman,
Mm-hmm.
by the way. Okay. And when she first donned Catwoman, folks lost their mind. A lot of white women lost their mind because their husbands was looking at that going, you know, because she filled that suit.
The example that I'm bringing up comes back down to this aspect here. Why are you expecting DC to do something about this? If you are a fan of their books and you are a legitimate customer of their books, you do have a right to say something. However, the majority of the people who are in these so-called protests are not customers. They don't have to listen to you. Mm-hmm. On top of that, because again, this is about money. This is about maintaining what has already been established, not creating something new. If you want something new that represents you, guess what? Do the legwork. Come find those who are doing the stuff that you like. Mm-hmm. Now, if you want to complain about, oh, well, the stories of Batman and Superman and all this other stuff, they could have had other characters, everything. They did it. Where was this outcry when people wanted to say Val Zod? Oh, who is Val Zod? Oh, Val Zod was Earth 2 Superman, who was African American. Where were you to save Kevin Ellis, the first incarnation of a black Superman in DC Comics? Where were you when New Superman came out, when they did a Korean Superman and they had a Korean Justice League? And it had no tie-in to the original stuff that was done back in the day. It was its own mythos being set out and set forth to see if it stuck.
How many of you MFers bought copies of Far Sector?
I never read
Far Sector was a female African American led Green Lantern book set in a far sector of the galaxy.
Somebody better collect them for me and send them for my next birthday.
I have them. Because I'm behind on reading, I haven't read them. I hear it is a great story. If all of a sudden it started out selling the mainline Green Lantern book, that chick would still be around. So I don't want to hear it. If you bought multiple copies of that and you supported it and you're complaining, right on. But I guarantee you half of these people complaining didn't even look at it.
Didn't even look at it. Those who were complaining about Miles Morales, where were you in the very beginning when they specifically showed you that he was not a Peter Parker? His life was not parallel to Peter Parker. If anything, in the Ultimate universe, Peter literally passed the mantle to him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When they brought Peter back in Ultimate, Peter hid from the public.
Mm-hmm.
Miles found him. And Aunt May, Mary Jane, and Peter brought him into the house and told him the reason why Peter did not come back. The reason why Peter did not come back because New York had Miles. And he said, you are picking up where I left off. You have my mantle with my blessing.
Mm-hmm.
Not you're taking over for me and this, that, and the other. It's like, no, you have my mantle with your blessing, with my blessing. Do as you may, because the world still needs a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Again, if you read Ultimates, why did J. Jonah Jameson die protecting Miles Morales after Norman Osborn told him that he was the reason why Miles was created? Y'all want to say that Miles was a clone? No, Miles was nowhere near a clone. His story arc is far beyond whatever Peter went, but none of y'all really read it.
Mm-mm.
Don't let me start talking about Yara Fleur and a lot of these other characters that you're up here. Don't let me start talking about Kamala Khan. Don't let me start talking about, Squirrel Girl and all of these books that people poo-pooed on and did not read in the recent incarnations, which set them apart from what people originally think and was gossiping about Marvel Comics as being too woke. Yeah, there were some bad character designs and bad character stories. Again, I'm not going to bag on Riri Williams. Riri Williams originally was created to be a villain. They slowly made the transition for her being a villain to being a hero. Was she well liked? No. But the reason why she wasn't well liked is because of poor storytelling. And then don't even get me started on those people who say, well, I'm a Batman fan and I'm a big fan of Bruce Wayne. It's like, okay, Don't let me find out that you're Asian or African American or any other minority. Because what does that mean? Story trumps race. If you could relate to it, it has nothing to do with your ethnicity
or your gender.
This is one. This is one of the things and one of the reasons why in interviews, and I have been asked this several times over, and to a certain degree, I'm almost getting to the point to be pissed off if I ever get asked this again. Would Amazonia sell more if she was Caucasian? And the answer is no. If you could relate to the story and could relate to the character itself, their ethnicity does not matter unless I bring up something in culture. And a lot of times I don't. Now, when I get to the second story arc talking about her mother's side, then yeah, we're going to get into a lot of the culture behind what her mother actually represents. But her as a character, anybody could relate to. That's one of the reasons why people up here is like, well, why do you relate more to Wonder Woman than Batman? Because Wonder Woman deals more with the everyday common man than Batman, who to me is, oh, I got money. I could go and do whatever I want because I made the proper friends to become deputized and I could go beat up on criminals in Gotham City.
Well, you know, and it's not just in comics. The best movie that came out last year that I saw was Sinners.
Oh, yes.
That was a African American story, cast, and crew.
Not to mention done by the same man who did the first Black Panther.
Yes.
Hello. And a young man that Stallone took his legacy, Rocky is Stallone's legacy, and he handed it off to that boy. Didn't have to. He could have just rested on his laurels. Stallone's got nothing to prove. What did he do? He hands that off to Michael B. Jordan. So
now
I
could relate.
Shut up.
I could relate to Sinners more than I could some other African American led movies because I'm Southern and it was set in the South. But that movie was so good, it could have been set on fucking Mars and it still would have been a good movie.
Rocky Road to Dublin, baby.
And yeah, and the only white dudes in it were all bad guys, and I was glad they died. So,
Rocky Road to Dublin, though. Come on, Rocky Road to Dublin.
So it's like Joe said, it's the story more than the character. And if you get hung up on the character, you're not really a fan of whatever you're talking about. You're more of a fan of the idea, and you can't do that. Again, that's just my perspective as the Southern.
But that's the perspective that you have to take here. So when you get to the point where you're going to complain about the lack of diversity from one company, and that one company is the only thing that they're doing is protecting their investment of what has already been established. They're not going to up and jumping and you know throw cautions to the wind to appease people who are not already invested in it. If you're not already invested in Batman, they don't care. If you're not invested in Superman, they don't care. If you're not invested in Lobo, they don't care. If you're not invested in Wonder Woman, they don't care. If you're not invested in Legion of Superheroes, they don't care. If you are invested and you are a if I could say a rabid reader, they might take some precaution. They might take some stuff that you're saying up under advisement. However, this is what you got to look at. It's all about the money aspect here. You had comic book stores complaining about this for how long? You have longtime readers complaining about this. What makes you, the average person who's on the outside, think that you got enough juice to cause a protest to make them change their ways, when the people who they have to adhere to that are legitimate customers are not getting heard in that same aspect. Who do you think you are? In their eyes, you're nobody.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you truly do to combat this? Go to the people who are doing the stories that you like. Start talking about those stories and who are making them on the interwebs. Do your own blog for these type of people. Make them popular. I have said this several times over and over and over, and I'm tired of saying it because I know that you guys are going to get tone deaf. Marvel and DC is not mainstream. You make what is mainstream. Stop wasting your time going pleading and begging Marvel, DC, Image, Boom, and everything to that magnitude to make all these diverse stories when you have independent creators out there who are doing their best to bring stories like you may want to the greater masses.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't know who they are, find those of us who do. I'm looking for blah blah blah. You know,
Pop your
more often than not,
head.
we can
Pop
tell
your head into your local comic book store. If the comic book store owner is worth a damn, they can point you in the right direction. Now, if they're not, hopefully they'll be closed down pretty soon. But
well, I go one further. When you go into that comic book convention, instead of going directly to your Wolverines and your Deadpool books and all these other stuff, maybe take some time to stop by an Artist Alley or these independent publisher booths here and take some time to find out about new stuff that's coming out.
Yeah.
Take some time to pick up the book. And like a lot of times they will let you pick up the book and you let you start reading and you can ask questions.
Mm-hmm.
I know that.
And if you're one of these type people who are just into like branding and you're afraid to take the leap into going that deep into Artist Alley, start off simple. Go to the Dark Horse booth. Go to the Image Comics booth. Go to don't go to Boom. They got some weird shit. Go to Dynamite's booth.
Or better yet, see if your local comic shop has a booth and say, hey, what indie artist? Free comic book day. Go see if there are a lot of comic book stores will feature artists. They'll feature creators, people you've never heard of, but they'll have them there, drawing pictures, selling copies of their stuff. Go talk to them, ask questions. Hey, what's this about? Where did you get the idea from? Why did you choose to do it this way instead of that? Ask intelligent questions. You're going to get some intelligent answers. Don't walk up and go, why they got to be black? Because you know why? I will smack you so hard. Your ancestors will feel it all the way back to the Ice Age. Okay?
See, that's why you don't mess with Elaine. But Elaine has seen several times over people walk by the CGC Studios book, will look at the big Amazonia thing and be like, giggle, giggle, laugh, laugh, and keep on walking. Knowing good and well that they're interested in it and something like that, but they don't want to take the time because they're too embarrassed to truly ask about something that is different. They would come by and look at prime time Saturday night and it'd be like laugh, laugh, giggle, giggle, giggle. And even someone would come up and actually start reading the book right there in front of my face, but never once asked me about it. They see something there, but they're too afraid to try something new.
We're over time.
Yeah, we're over time, but again, I wanted to make certain that question is answered because again, those who truly know me, I'm not one of these people that will just automatically jump on these protests. And when I saw DC was so white, I was like, and then I heard what they were standing for. I was like, you know what? It's not even worth mentioning. So that's why I haven't even talked about it. But since you're going to bring it up, I just can't get behind it. I don't understand Culturally, so I think some of us can't let go of the negativity
Mhm.
because some of the things that I know now, and as I do my research of books from yesteryear, because I study books of yesteryear, that actually helped me to write stuff today by
Mhm.
studying stuff of yesteryear. And I brought this up before, and I really didn't go into why I bring it up before. I brought the name Matt Baker, and I bring up the name Matt Baker for a reason. He's one of the forefathers of drawing good girl artwork in comic books. But what most people don't realize is that Matt Baker was an African American back in the 1930s. He was one of the ones that were considered passable, that was in the comic book industry during the golden age. I see a lot of people who are into golden age books rant and rave and just go goo goo gaga over the stuff that he does. And I never understood why. And then when I started looking him up and started really paying attention, I'm up here, it's like, this great 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 grandfather of our industry is like me. Comics had diversity even back then. But until you know the actual history behind it and get to know the creators behind it, that history is lost to you. It's
Yeah, I
almost
mean,
as if it never existed.
the first trans comic book character came around in like what is it, 40 or 41
Mm-hmm.
as a lead. It wasn't a background character or supporting character.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah.
I mean, a lot of the stuff has all this. The old saying, "There's nothing new up under the sun,"
Yeah, you
Mhm.
can find it, but you gotta look.
Yeah.
You gotta
and
look
that's
for
the
it.
real problem. A
Mhm.
lot of these people who are complaining have never truly looked, and they want somebody else to make something mainstream instead of taking your time, your effort, and everything to help make it something that is a household name. At that point, let's get off the soapbox because I could be on this
Yeah.
soapbox all day.
And I
Yeah.
It's
have not.
like whoever is creative takeover, they going to get me riled up where we're going to be here for like 5 hours. But
Mhm.
it is what it is.
I'm getting hungry, and poor Courtney's looking kind of tasty.
Uh-oh.
I,
She just
uh,
turned like, "Oh my God, woman, don't you dare!" Okay. Thank you guys for being here tonight. Whether you watch us live, whether you come and watch us at another time, we appreciate you. And this is a place, if you have a question and it's an honest question, come ask it. We'll answer it to the best of our opinion. Now, our opinions may not be your opinions, and our opinions may be rather strong, but that's why you come to us, right? You ain't looking for, Little Red Riding Hood. You looking for the big bad wolf.
Or are you looking for Neil Adams giving you a critique on your artwork?
Anyway, I'm Elaine Haygood. My website is lenscaponline.com. You can also find me here on YouTube, and you can also find me on Facebook. I am the writer of The Enslaved. This novel features the most powerful person on the planet, who happens to be a Black woman, by the way. She controls all the military and the security for this place, and she badass. But anyway, this book is based on the script that got me into film school. And I am putting out my comic, And the Coming of Nighttime, book 1, Nothing Like the Sun. It's going to be a graphic novel miniseries. I'm adapted it from the script I had to write as part of my graduation requirement. Yeah, AFI means a lot to me. What can I say? Anyway, lenscaponline.com. If you go to my website, go down to the bottom of it where it says contact us, drop me a line. It goes straight into my email. Nobody sees it but me. Now, if you get silly, I may not respond, or you might find me outside your door on a full moon. And all I can say is, well, it's going to suck to be you. But anyway, Y'all have a good one. Guys, you know I love you. Leia, hug the girls for me. Cliff, hug Micah and my girls. Y'all take care. Behave yourselves. Peace.
And there's Cliff.
Thank you for joining us. It's been an adventure as always. Next time I'll talk about some more of the #1 issues that have been coming out from DC, including Harley Quinn Elvira.
What? Harley Quinn and Elvira? That's a mashup that you really don't see every day.
And Batman Wonder Woman Truth by Jeff Loeb.
That could be interesting. Only because it's Jeff Loeb.
No, because Jeff Loeb's on my fucking list now because of this book. So
wait. He's on your shit list? Oh, great.
Oh yeah. This was some bullshit. But we'll talk about it next time.
Okay.
Along with the Barbara Gordon book, because I've not gotten that one yet, but it's in my box at my comic book store.
Mm-hmm.
Hope you all had a good time. If you didn't, it's Joe's fault. Thank you. Come again.
Yep, it is my fault because why we answered that question. And if you want people to go on soapboxes, come to our show here. We'll be happy to answer the question, but we'll be on that soapbox if it's worth being on that soapbox. But nevertheless, tonight's episode is brought to you by Plasma Fire Graphics. If you have that brand new cover to your book, graphic novel, or comic, why don't you have Jeffrey Hayes do that cover for you? Because why? His artwork makes people come to your table and be like, ooh, tell me more about this. And if you don't believe me, then maybe you will believe this right here.
You've worked hard and written a great book. Now it's time to give it a great cover. If you're an indie author or small press publisher, Plasma Fire Graphics is your source for affordable cover illustration and graphic design. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you.
You see all that stunning artwork? That could be on your covers. Only thing you have to do is hit up Jeffrey Hayes at plasmafiregraphics.com or his Facebook group for Plasma Fire Graphics. As far as I'm concerned, I will be back here on Saturday because why? We have another episode of From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher. And if you want more of this whole, DC is so white conversation, just come on in and just ask away because like I said before, and like I said tonight here, the majority of the people who are doing that particular protest does not know 100% what they're talking about and is making a very flawed protest. But I'll explain more during that time here. So on behalf of everybody, live life, grow, and be well. And unlike our founder of Comic Book Spectrum, Brian K. Morris, I don't care if you wash your hands, but never, and I do mean never, apologize for being awesome in the way that you are. I'll catch you here next week for another episode of Comic Book Spectrum with myself, Elaine, and Cliff. Until then, goodbye.